Hey folks! I got super inspired by Beardstone's video where he built a giant factory full of different create machines to farm stuff, and well, it looked like so much fun that I wanted to give it a shot myself. Now, if you haven't checked out Beardstone's video, please go do that. Please, it should be in a card right at the top right now. It's in the description. Please go check that out. Don't worry, I did have a chat with Beardy beforehand, and he said it was super cool that I make a video inspired by his video. It's totally okay, as long as I, copy his homework a little bit, but change it enough so that way, it's not plagiarizing. Oh, and also, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. It really doesn't take that long. We're almost at 2,000 subs, and I would absolutely love to hit that mark this month. That would be super dope. Thanks. Hi, everybody. Future Throwlash here, and as you can see behind me, this factory is done. And if you want access to this factory, all you got to do to get these schematics and all that sort of such is head over to patreon.com/Throwlash, or you can sign up here and be a YouTube member. I'm handing these out to anyone at any tier. From $1 up. I believe it starts at $1. But yeah, if you want access to all this stuff, head over to my Patreon or stay here on YouTube and hit join. And it'll give you other perks like, some private areas in Discord, etc. if you join the supporter tier. Thanks everybody in advance, and let's jump back into the video. So more or less, I have the same sort of thing. I have a warehouse that I'm just going to copy the back of over and over and over. Inside is currently empty. I'm not going to do any creative motors except for that one up there that's spinning the flywheel, and I'm not going to do any creative tanks except for these two right here, or creative chests. So everything that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using from the creative menu. Also, I want to be able to use create and vanilla, so I can't use drawers or any of that sort of stuff. I'm going to be using belts and mechanical arms and all that sort of stuff. And a big disclaimer, I am not a full-time YouTuber, so I still want to do the 8-hour limitation. It just means it's gonna take me like a week to film this. Now, something a little bit different from Beardstone, where he was testing out a nifty computer, which, geez, by the end of this, I might actually need one. I'm actually going to have this factory be like, useful. And I'm gonna create as many create items as I can create using create machines to create those create item. We're gonna make a lot of create stuff. So call this the create factory, I guess. Now, the first thing we're gonna need is power, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get some steam boilers installed here. And I honestly don't know how tall. Oh, uh-oh. We're just gonna go ahead and break that right there. I don't know how tall these are supposed to be in order to make them level 9, but hey, let's go there. Let's go there, see what happens. All right, I used a creative motor here just to give these guys a little bit of a kickstart, and then I connected everything all together to a speed controller right here. And don't worry, I fired these guys up. I wanted to make sure I was doing this right. So I fired these guys up manually. But what we're going to do now is take this lava from back here, and we are going to feed it over here-ish. I might have to go underground for this. And we'll get some deployers that will feed each one of these little burners some lava. Yeah, so essentially what we've got going on here is a big old pipe, and we're gonna have a depot with a casing and a barrel on it. We're gonna have an andesite funnel going the other way, so we'll have to grab a wrench, and then in this we'll have another funnel, brass funnel on top, so that way we can say only empty buckets. So the mechanical arm is gonna put empty buckets in here. They're gonna fall out of the andesite funnel. And then this here spouter pants is going to fill with lava, and then the mechanical arm will pick that up and give it to the blaze burners whenever they need to. So I just got to repeat this 2 more times, and this should get us where we need to go. And if we just break out underneath here, we should be able to deposit in these guys. We're going to deposit in here and pick up from there. And that should be everything. That should be everything good to go. So the only thing we need now for these guys is a little bit of power. And oh, if I scroll off of this is going to it's going to screw up, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Now that should be good to go. I'll go ahead and do it with this one here and the other one. And with this shaft here, they should get to work. Yeah, there we go. All right, we should be filling up all of those blaze burners, and these should be filling up pretty quickly with lava as well. Perfect. Okay, 3 level 9 boilers, giving us almost 500,000 stress units. Absolutely fantastic stuff. We should be good to go on this for right now. I want to take another leaf out of Beardy's book, except I want to put the overall stress units right here on the board, just so anytime I'm down here, I can just turn around and be like, oh, okay, we're good on power. So I'm going to go ahead and jiggery-pokery this into where it needs to be, and I'll be right with you guys. And of course, we got to make sure that we're making things look supported. And here we go. We've got our total stress units, how many remaining, how much we're using, and, you know, so if you want to, that'd be super cool. But anyways, that is our steam engine, all sorts of done, and it looks like an absolute mess. It's kind of how I play Create, so get ready for things to look just all over the place. I love spaghetti pipes. Yep, gotta keep things supported, make sure things are looking all right. We can keep these going. That's totally fine. Love it. Well, now that that monstrosity is done, the next thing we are obviously going to need is a cobblestone generator, because you can't make anything. You know, we need iron, we need all that sort of stuff, gravel and whatnot, in order to make so many Create things. So we're gonna need a cobble generator, and I think with how wide I made this place, I could probably stick a tileable cobble generator that I made in my Create series a while ago. I could probably fit like 2 of them. I could fit one here and one here, and then they can go infinitely this way. So I might just make like 2 on this, one on this side, one on this side, and just make them super long. Let's get that started. First things first, we actually need power over there. That's going to be helpful. And pretty the place up with brackets, of course. Well, I think we're going to have these start here, and the reason for that is I'm pretty sure I can fit another section over here if I need to. Another section of generators here. So we'll have a line of them going this way, and then another line of them heading off in this direction, and then we'll, so this is going to be the output, and we'll just have the output get stored probably in a vault hanging from the ceiling up there. And here we have it, the giant iron monstrosity. So essentially, I've got some waterlogged drills, and I've got a little pocket of water right there, so this should all turn into source water blocks all the time, which means when the lava touches it, hopefully, it'll make stone. And stone is quicker to break. I don't think it's going to really matter in this place. However, I do want to get some belts set up into an encased fan so we can blow all the cobblestone up into a big old holding tank that I'm going to put up right here. Whew. Well, I might have made this a little bit too big because I'm starting to get framey already, and we've only done a cobblestone generator. But we're almost at 10,000 cobblestone, which is super cool. And the issue that I was having before with all the items going all over the place is there wasn't enough buffer. So now we have a lot of buffer here, way more than we're actually going to need. Cobblestone was just spilling out all over the place, but now once all of that is gone, a new line forms. So it's exactly where it should be. We just needed to get a little speed controller in here and turn down the cobblestone breaking a little bit, just to get that all set. So we're at 10,000 cobble. What's next? I'll tell you what's next. We need iron, and we're going to put the iron right here. So this is going to be relatively simple. We'll just take out of the side of this guy, and we're going to go ahead and crush this cobblestone down and get some iron nuggets out of the gravel that we're gonna grab out of this. Oh, actually, before we do, we gotta make this place look presentable. We can't have the neighbors think that we live like this, you know what I mean? Actually, instead of putting our iron farm here, I think we're gonna come out the sides this way and put the iron farm right over here, because I think I can fit enough crushers and washers right here to make a little iron farm, and then we'll kind of do the same thing where we have this big old vault, which is just storing all the ingots here. So I think we're gonna do that instead. I just gotta grab some belts. All right, there we go. And I want to just go ahead and put this vault in here just so we know where it's gonna go. And you know what, I don't think it needs to be as big as the cobblestone vault, because we're gonna need a lot of cobble. I don't think we're gonna need as much iron. So the cobble comes over, it'll come down here and go on here. We're going to want a brass tunnel there, and what that's gonna do is force round robin. And then I think, golly, about here and here, we will throw some crushing wheels. And hopefully being these close to each other isn't going to mess with anything. And then I just got to hook up power. And then once they get over to this area, we are going to have probably some buffer with a vault and brass funnels. That way we can... Ooh, what are we going to do with the flint? I'll have to think about that. I just spent the last, like, 30 seconds trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this power over here. Yeah, I'm an idiot. And with this last bit of shaft, I think that's everything rotating in the right direction. It looks like it. And, you know, thinking about it, I think we're just gonna put the flint right here, because I think right here we're probably gonna throw an Andesite farm. So let's go ahead and work on washing all of this. We're just gonna extend these out a little bit. Pop a little buffer vault on there with some brass funnels, and put a filter of flint and some nuggets. And I'm pretty sure I can just put the fans here and put the water straight on the belt. Although that's probably not going to work with however the heck we're supposed to power these three in the center, so I'll have to mess around with that a little bit. Yeah, I thought it was going to be too good to be true. It looks like these ones are blowing in and these ones are blowing out. There's probably a way to fix that, but I'm dense, so I think what I'm going to do instead is just have one row of fans on this side and one row of fans on that side, and just get rid of this middle row, I guess. Well, it's not going to be as fast with half the amount of fans, but hey, there are 3 fans here, so hopefully that should be totally fine. I think we're ready to get the cobblestone over here. We're almost at 50,000 cobblestone, so oh my gosh, let's get this processing. And here we go, moment of truth. Looks like we got some gravel in there, and hopefully it's getting washed. And it is! Look at that! Oh my gosh, 6 flint and 6 iron. Wow, okay, we getting really lucky with the iron there. Okay, so now we just need to get the iron into basins. Yes, iron into basins that are going to compact it into iron ingots, and then shove those up here, and then just pull the flint out and get those shoved up here. Great. But first, we need to make this look decent. All right, I'm wondering if I item drain this. Oh, that's... Oh, actually, if I put a funnel on there, then yeah, that should go away. And then we do a funnel here and grab nuggets and set that to nuggets and hit this. Perfect. Okay, so it will let out 16 nuggets, or I guess it only allows 16 in here, and that's okay. And then we grab our mechanical press, put that there, and that should give us iron nuggets. Ingots. It's gonna give us iron ingots. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna feed them right into the butt of this thing. So that'll link up there, and then we just gotta put this here, and these. Oh, I need to replicate this on the other side. Give me 1 second. So I set the filter to ingots, and what I'm gonna do here is put a brass funnel on this belt that's going right up into the butt of that thing. And I think the way we're gonna grab these ingots out of here is just a mechanical arm. Let's put this back here, and he's going to drop in there and pick up from these two, and hopefully that should do it for us. Just gonna go ahead and steal some power from over here. All right, that's getting our presses going, so we need power to this, and we need power to the shaft. And that's going the wrong way, of course. Encased chain drives on here, and then encased chain drives up here. And then I think just a funnel, and we're good to go. Now, this flint is really giving me a headache, and what I think I'm gonna have to end up doing is probably just put it on a couple of belts that are running underground, and then they'll snake underneath, probably come up this way, and then snake up over here, and then go up in there. Because what I'm going to do over here... Whoops, breaking the floor. What I'm going to do over here is actually just make an andesite farm. So we can put another one of these big tanks just right over here, and we'll have that one be andesite. But I want to hold on to the flint as well. You know what? Actually, I don't need to store this flint over here, because I'm only going to use it for andesite. So if I just go ahead and get rid of all of this, because then I only need to do, after I get rid of all of that, is have the flint go along a belt here. We can just put funnels underneath it so it comes out of there. And then we could probably just get away with putting a vault in the floor right here just to store all the flint for right now. And then once we need to use it for our andesite, we can just pull it straight out of this and put it into the andesite farm, which I don't think is really going to take up that much space. Ooh, I need nuggets. It's okay. We can take iron out of there and turn it back into nuggets, probably. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. All right, job's done, and it actually looks pretty. I like it. So straight on to andesite. We're going to throw andesite right into here, and this should be pretty easy. The first thing we're going to need, though, is lava. And we're just going to run a pipe right over here, and I'm not going to get that powered yet because then lava will spew all over the place. I did an oopsie. I wanted to make the vault bigger, and I spilled all the flint on the floor. It's all on the floor. All right, we might have lost a little bit, but that's okay. It's fine. It's flint. We're gonna get 6 million flint just because we're standing near an iron farm. So first, we're gonna need more gravel, and we're washing all of this, and we seem to have a little bit of a backup here. So I think we're just gonna take gravel from, or cobblestone, excuse me, from there, and just kind of crush our own cobblestone over here. It's gonna give us 16 pieces, and I think we only need one. Yeah, we only need one gravel. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm gonna break this and probably break this as well, and we're gonna extend this over in this direction. So we can bring another set of crushing wheels over here to give us some gravel. And unfortunately, that means I'm going to break a whole lot of stuff. We're going to put a brass funnel there. We're going to force round robin that. And we need to get power here. And I think the best way to do that is to just come from this direction. Potentially. Okay, something like that should now get us gravel in there, and it is. All right, perfect. And this should still be throwing cobblestone this way. It is, and we have some gravel getting washed over there. Oh, fantastic. I hate breaking machines that I've already created. All right, I think I'm going to do essentially the same thing that I did over here, just over here, and gosh, I know it's unoriginal, but I think it's going to work out for us. So we're going to do this. We have to go underground with the pipe to get underneath this big old vault. Oh, that's going to connect there. I don't know if that's going to be an issue. Let me just connect all of this stuff up. I'll invert those in just a second. And I'll turn the pipe on, and we'll see, A, if it's going to reach, and B, if that's going to be a problem. All right, lava's coming through, and it's not going in there, so golly, I think that's gonna be okay then. So we'll put these mixers in here, and essentially I'm just gonna have this spin and come here, and I'm just gonna do, I think, just one gravel at a time. So that way we get one gravel here, and then over here we're going to grab a mechanical arm, which is going to grab from here, here, and here, and deposit in these. Oh boy, I hope that's correct. So this should feed the gravel in, and this should feed the flint in. And then once all of that is done, I think we're gonna do the exact same arm trick that we did before over here, where it's just gonna grab the stuff from the basin and throw it onto a belt that is going right up along this guy. Belt there with a brass funnel on it, and we need some andesite for the filters, and then we need another mechanical arm. I'm gonna have to move this so there's some symmetry. Grab place, put that up there, and that should be correct. These needs to be exactly 2 and not 1, because it needs 2 flint and 1 andesite, and I think I should just be able to route up power, and we should be good to go here. And with this cog here, that should get everything a-rolling, I hope. Why are you not a-rolling? Oh, it's not a mixer. I need to compact it. Oh my gosh. That's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. Sometimes the weight of my own genius is just incredibly heavy. Like I said, now we should be in business. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the arm should be able to keep up once it goes through all those different processes there. But, yeah, we should be good to go. Oh, except I forgot to put the funnel up here. Great. I'm doing great here, everybody. I'm doing fantastic. Well, we have cobblestone, we have ourselves iron ingots, and we have andesite. And I think, honestly, the next bit is to do andesite alloy, which we're going to throw over here. Andesite alloy is pretty easy to make. We just need a little bit of andesite and some iron nuggets. So we're going to have to probably take out of the front of this, send them over onto a belt that's going to be doing essentially the same thing the cobblestone is, and we'll make some andesite alloy over in this direction. Now I just want to take a look. Yep, we're good. We're good on power. All right, here's the problem with the andesite alloy. It's gonna be real boring. Yeah, this is gonna be so easy. I don't want to use too much iron because we don't really have a lot. And I don't want to use too much andesite, although this is, I think, literally the only thing I'm going to use the andesite for. But regardless, I think the only thing we need is a shaft that's going to go to, like, there. And another one that goes to, I think, here. We're going to put an andesite casing with a basin on it. And then we're going to have, I guess we'll put a casing here with a mechanical arm. And then need a mechanical crafter pointing in air, and we'll put a casing underneath. Go ahead and put our belt on, and we're going to grab from here and... Oop, nope, not what we want. Hang on one second. There we go. We want to put ingots in there, so we're going to grab from here and place in there. And we can probably just feed the belt in, but I want to slow this down. Again, I don't want to use all of our iron just for this process. So when this thing goes ahead and changes the ingots into nuggets, it'll get automatically pushed in here. I'm going to throw a belt there, and a funnel there, a mixer up here. And our mechanical arm is in the way for getting this over here, because essentially what I was going to do is just bring a belt up there. But this is now in the way, so that's an easy fix. We can move that. There we go. That fixes that. Real quick, I'm going to set the filter to Andesite Alloy. And besides making everything look nice, I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm pretty sure this is an Andesite Alloy farm. So we'll go ahead and just, you know, put our casing on everything and then get power over here and we should be good to go. Oh, and I almost forgot I need to power these belts as well, but yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. That should get that going that way. And if I throw a gearbox here, that's going the incorrect way. Nice job. How about this? There we go. That's going in the correct direction. And that one is too, because I'm so smart and I hooked all that up. So then I think all we need here is this. And that should get everything into here. Perfect. And now we just got to power these machines. So we'll get power on the arm, over to the mixer, and to the mechanical crafter. And this should get everything we need. We should get Andesite Alloy popping out right there. Perfect. Look at that tiny little farm. Absolutely incredible. Now, I don't think the ingots are going to be able to keep up with this farm. So, yeah, that's going to become an issue, I think. But if it does become a problem, I guess we'll fix it later. We're at 110 already, and actually our ingot number is climbing. Very, very, very slowly, but it is climbing. So that just proves that, hey, this is working out pretty well, and we're still at 1,500 andesite. So we should be good to go. But look at that. It's time for a new section of the building. And there we go, 2 brand new sections just added on. Perfect. This is going to be great right here for our next farm. I think we're going to put it right here. And essentially, I hope this ceiling is tall enough because I want to throw a wood farm in here. That's right. I just did a video on my Create series, of spinning wood farm thingies. I feel like I got the inspiration from Foxy No Tail for those. Anyways, I think I want to put 2 of them. I want to put one here, and we'll just have them spinning around. I'm pretty sure this is going to be tall enough for me to do that. Let me go ahead and check. All right, we're going to start by trying underneath the big section here. Hopefully this will get us a tree. That's good. And now we're going to try over here, and I think, yeah, that's right underneath this section. So we'll see if this gets us a tree. And it does. Oh, perfect. Great. So this will be able to actually put a wood farm in here. That's super wonderful. I was really concerned because we need the wood for things like andesite casing, and there are some create items that use like slabs and all that sort of stuff. So this is going to be perfect. We're going to throw a wood farm. I think we're going to make 2 bays out of this. Put one here and put one here. And then we'll probably just have 1 vault on this side, and we'll send... Ooh, actually, what we could do instead is if we have a vault here for this oak, we can turn that all into stripped wood over here for all the andesite casing, the brass casing, etc. And then we could have another processing section over here that will turn it into probably just slabs. I don't think we need planks for anything, but I'll double check that. So yeah, we'll have the 2 wood farms stored in 2 different vaults. So what you see down in my hotbar is essentially all that we need to build this thing. So what we start with is a water wheel in the ground with a mechanical bearing on it. We're going to put some linear chassis right here with a portable storage interface facing that way, and then 2 mechanical saws just like that. And now what we're going to do is kind of just go from the middle on the linear chassis here and make 2 things at the top. And ooh, actually, I gotta break these saws. That way I can get the deployers in. And the deployers, we're going to set up the filter just so they can use oak saplings. And we'll put the saws back. And here what we're gonna do is add a couple of barrels. I'm actually gonna add 5? Let's do 5. And the reason for 5 is so that we can just store a ton of saplings so this thing just never runs out of saplings while we're doing this. The only other things that we need are oak saplings, we need a bit of glue, and we need some water, and I just want to... Actually, let's glue this thing together first, and then we will make sure that it's spinning the correct direction. That looks like it's everything glued together, so let's go ahead and do this, and it is going in the correct direction. That's absolutely fantastic, so I can keep that water there. And I want to go ahead and set this to only place when the anchor is destroyed. We can cover this up and cover this entire thing. Actually, I can just fill this with oak saplings. And I think what we're going to do to process these is we're going to put this here. We're going to grab ourselves a funnel, and I guess that means we're going to have to put this processing unit in the floor, which shouldn't be that big a deal. We're going to set the filter on this funnel to oak logs, so it's only going to let oak logs out. Now, I know we're going to get sticks and saplings and apples in here, so we'll probably set up another one of these just like right here, and we'll have a funnel into it, and we're going to filter out the sticks and the apples on the allow list. We're going to put that there, and then we're just going to put fire in the bottom. You know what? Lava's much more fun, so we'll put lava down there. And if we do this, that should now kill all that stuff. I'm just going to put a couple of torches around the edges of this thing, and that should be everything ready besides the actual sawing mechanism. And you know, actually, instead of sending all of the logs from this to over there to just saw them, why not saw them here? So I got this nifty little sawing machine, whoa, set up. That was awesome. Never seen that happen before. And they're just gonna go ahead right up onto this little area here, and I'll just go ahead and throw those in there, bam. And that should be all of our sawing stuff set up here. So we've got, wow, a ton of saplings in here. Yeah, that's going to fill up pretty quickly. But anyways, those 5 barrels should help us out. So I just need to replicate this over here. And then instead of changing them into stripped logs, I need to change them into, I think, just slabs. But I'm gonna see if we need planks for anything as well. And of course, before we do that, we gotta cover all this crap up. It looks terrible. Oh yeah, that's right. We do need planks for cogs and water wheels and hand cranks. Yeah, so we are gonna need planks as well. So I guess what I can probably do with this one over here is just do a round robin. Is that gonna make sense? I feel like a round robin's gonna make sense. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the only thing that we're going to use the stripped variety for our casings, I know you need it to make some other things like the linear chassis and such, but I don't think we're gonna be trying to make things like that in this factory. So maybe we can also round robin some of this, because we're not gonna need nearly as much of the strip variety as we are the planks and other. So maybe we can split some of this off here as well to help get planks and slabs in. And this bay might be our first double vault. Well, I just had to clean up a mess. The Cobblestone Farm finally filled up. So I just shut it off for now. I just shut it off for right now. I was not going fast enough apparently, so whoopsies. I could have turned it into a thing that has like a threshold switch and all that sort of stuff, but unfortunately I don't have the room, because what I had to do was break a gearbox right here. Yeah, if I gave myself one extra, like, space of room, which I could probably just throw this in the wall. Yeah, I guess I could probably just do that, throw that in the wall, and then this thing will turn on when I need it to. But, whoopsies. So I'm pretty sure that I have the plank sections set up correctly now, so the logs are going to come out of here, they'll go on here, they're going to get split that way and this way. When they get split this way, this second farm, this saw right here, is going to turn them into stripped, and then they'll come this way and they'll get sawed into planks and go up. I'm also going to put a funnel here to help with the planks. So these will be split in half here, and the already stripped logs from that are going to go down here, get hit with this, and turn into planks over there. Now, I am setting up the slab section, and we're going to put a funnel here. Funnel's going to 50-50 over there, and also over here. This saw will turn them into stripped logs. This will turn them into planks, and then they're going to go into this here vault. Now this vault is going to deposit onto a depot, and then what's going to happen, we're going to have exactly three planks come out, and those 3 planks are going to come out here, and they're going to get grabbed by this mechanical arm, which is going to pick up here and deposit. I think I only need to do the center, because it's going to pick up the 3, put it in here, which is going to put planks in all 3 of these spots, and then those will automatically craft into slabs, and I think they'll just go straight in the vault, but we're going to try that and see if that works. And then it will get spat out here and then go up into this vault up here. I have absolutely no idea if any of this is going to work. I'm going to go ahead and get this wired up, and I'll come back with the progress. Oh my gosh, I did it. All right, so I set this up before I set this up, so everything that was in here is right now turning into planks, which is fine. But it looks like I think everything's going to work. Yep, so we've got some coming in from that side as well, which are also getting split up and turned into planks. We've got our strip logs. We got a ton of oak planks now. Oh, I forgot those turn into 4. It's not a 1-to-1, it's a 1-to-4. So maybe that's not the best idea. Also take from here. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, I want to see if this is gonna work. So I'm gonna grab some bone meal and just bone meal one of these trees, and hopefully we can see this in action. Never mind, there's a tree that's grown right there, so we'll see what happens in real time. I just want to make sure that these are going to go in here and then get split and then turned into slabs, and they are. It's working. Everything's working. Oh, sweet. And we've got... All right, this might be a bit of a backup, but I think we have enough vault room here. Yeah, we're down to 18 already, so, I mean, that's what? 6 times 3? So 6 more run-throughs, and we should be good to go. And I set that to exactly 3, not up 2, so that's great. It's always going to push 3 out. The vault's empty already. A new tree has not come out. This is working perfectly. We already have 73 oak slabs to our 300 planks. That's okay. It's all right. It's working. That's all that matters. So we're in the Andesite age. We are now farming enough cobblestone, obviously, as well as wood, but I want to get to copper. That's right, I want to do the copper age, and to get to the copper age, we need to crush tuff. I don't know if that's 100% create. That might be a whole nother mod pack that is doing this, but that's okay, it's in this pack, I'm gonna use it. We're cheating, don't worry about it. But to get tuff, we need to combine andesite and diorite, okay? Now to make diorite, because we're already making andesite, we need cobblestone and a little bit of quartz, all right? To get quartz, we need to wash soul sand, okay? Soul sand, we need to haunt. And here's the problem. I'm not going to the Nether. So I am just going to give myself a soul campfire, and we're going to go ahead and haunt some sand. All right, now the sand, once we haunt it, we wash the soul sand, and that's going to give us quartz and probably some other stuff as well. Now getting sand is going to be relatively easy because we're obviously making enough cobblestone, and we just got to take some of this cobblestone that's going across here, and we need to crush it down into gravel, which I think we're already doing over here as well, but obviously we have a surplus cobble, so not a big deal. And then once we crush down that gravel, we need to crush it again, and we'll go ahead and get some sand, and I guess some clay balls, and more flint. So we're gonna go ahead and do that in this bay here. We're gonna get some of this cobblestone from over here all the way over here, and we are going to start crushing it down into sand. And here we have the bare bones for the sand system. I just have to put all the belts and pretty much the, you know, the crushing wheels and all the power in place, but I just wanted to see what the skeleton I wanted to show you, excuse me, what the skeleton looks like. I think it looks pretty cool, and just connecting all the lines is super satisfying to me, so let's do that together. So the belt, the same, wow, cobblestone is going to come down from, ooh, I didn't show this off, going to come down from all the way over there. We're going to put a funnel here, and or a tunnel, whatever it is, and it's going to split 50-50 all the way down here. I wanted to put a train in, but it would need to run like directly down the center, and there would be almost nowhere for me to walk because I'm silly and didn't really put like a walkway in, I guess over here. Anyways, and then I thought of a monorail because I've never used one before, and I would need to like put it here and then have like a super really long thing that comes down to about here, and I would need to crush every single one of these girders down. And I was like, you know what, let's not deal with any of that at the moment because it's not feasible for what I'm trying to do. We might throw a train in because we are going to need lava down here. And I'm thinking maybe like a narrow gauge track right here. Put a train in so that way we can walk on this side. Anyways, let's get all of this set up. So we've got this belt here, and then the cobblestone's going to come down between these sets of crushing wheels. And I think I can have them this close together. Anyways, so we're going to have a brass tunnel here. It's going to split this way and this way, just like we did down there. And then it's going to get crushed. Cobblestone to gravel, gravel to sand, and then everything is going to come down here. Now we're going to have another brass tunnel that's going to come down this way, and it's going to split all of the clay balls and flint. Flint's going to go down there, and then the clay balls are going to go in here. And the reason they're going to go in here is because we actually need these clay balls later. So these clay balls are going to be used down the line for some terracotta, just a little bit of foreshadowing for you. And then everything should wind up, up here and getting stored inside here. So this is where all of our sand will be once this is all connected. All right, and the last thing to put in here before we get the cobblestone over here is the gigantic crushing wheels. There we go. And let's go get the cobble. I was like, oh my gosh, why is this not working? You didn't hook up this power, dude. And as long as I did everything correctly now, let's do round robin. I think round robin is fine because it'll try either way and it won't get too congested. So now this should be going down here and we should be getting clay balls and sand. So I just saw clay, flint, and sand go through. Heck yeah. All right, this is working great. And sand. Awesome. And now that all the sand stuff looks nice, we are immediately going to take all of that sand and we are going to bring it over this way and haunt it. And I think the way we're going to do this is we are going to just put, I think it's, oh, that's not going to work there. You know what? We can put them here and then put the blowers back here. I think that'll work just fine. Gonna bother me that that one's not the same way. And I think funnels or tunnels, I do that all the time. I think tunnels, brass tunnels especially, can make it so that way you, yes, I think if I put a filter here, it won't let any of the sand through. It'll only let soul sand out. And then from there, we're going to wash it. For that, we're going to do the little shaft trick, and we'll put some water on top of these and then a fan on top of that. You know, actually, on second thought, I do want to keep some of this soul sand just for another potentiality of another item later down the line. And this is where we're going to put our quartz. So we're going to haunt the sand into soul sand. Half of that's going to split off this way and get stored. The other half over here is going to get washed, and we're going to get quartz and a little tiny bit of gold out of that. So our quartz is going to go up into this vault here, and then right here, I want to break out our gold, and I'm going to put that into another little item vault, just like we are the clay, because we might need that later as well. It's always good to think ahead when you're doing create stuff, folks. We've run into a bit of a snag here. I don't think I'm going to be able to put water on top of this, and also stuff here to make it not run over the edge. Ooh, actually, what I could probably do, I could probably waterlog oak leaves. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Okay, deny soul sand there. And, oh, I don't know if everybody knows this, but if you go into a haunting machine, it turns your whole screen black. It makes you, I think it gives you blindness. So we're going to grab some glass panes and put them in there. And then we'll change this to allow soul sand. And I know I could have just put soul sand right here, but I already had the filter. And that, I think that's everything. It's super ugly. It looks awful. But I think that's everything done for this. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I'm super nervous of connecting the sand up to get this started. But let's give it a shot. And sand goes in here and it stops. That's good. We've got the glass here so we don't get the blindness effect, but this should get haunted. Once I get haunted, it should, whoa! Half of it goes over here, and then the other half should go here. And then once that gets washed, any gold will come out. And where did that go? And quartz. Oh, the quartz is coming out. Great. All right, cool. It came out too quick. I couldn't see it. So wonderful. This should just keep us running. And now we've got soul sand over here. We've got quartz over here, and we've got a little buffer of gold, a tiny, tiny buffer of gold that we can send down the line when we need to. Speaking of sending down the line, we need to make a bigger line. Diorite's going to be a little bit tricky because we got to get all that cobblestone over here somewhere. So I think we're going to do essentially the same thing that we're doing on this side here. Let me just back that up one. It seems to be too far, so we got to put an extra belt in somewhere. Let's go in here. There we go. My logic here is we have a bit of a backup with the cobblestone here, so all of this, instead of just waiting, should just continue down the line, right? So it should go all the way over here. We're just going to run this cobble down, and we're going to combine it with some of this quartz here to make some diorite. And you know what? I think we're also going to make this a double bay as well, because the diorite isn't really going to take up all that much room. I think I'm only going to do maybe like 2 or 3 crafters of it, because I need to use the mechanical crafters. I can't use anything else. So we'll have some of the quartz come down from right here and come over here. and the belt will power itself with the cobblestone, and we'll have just a line of it here. And the mechanical crafters will be able to pick up from the two belts and, excuse me, the mechanical arms will be able to pick up from the belts, put in the mechanical crafters. Yeah, I think I'll probably have 3 of them. And then those will make our diorite, and then we'll just have those go on to like a depot or something like that. So more arms can pick up more and turn it into tuff, and put the tuff in there. On second thought, I actually don't need to store any of this diorite. I'm not really planning on using it for anything else, so we can just take that out of there and we'll throw all the tuff in here. And essentially this is what we're looking at. So we're going to grab a depot and put a brass funnel on each one of these. And then we have to go get andesite, and I think our best bet is going to take it from this line here because it's only going to send over one at a time. So we send it right over this way and have it probably come up over the crafters and then down, maybe on another chute, and have them come over like this. And then we can have our mechanical arms grabbing from each, you know, the belt as well as the depot. I totally forgot we need lava too. Ooh, maybe I gotta make this train now. I have my train line in, and I have my fancy train here. Ooh, it's so fancy. It literally just takes lava from all the way over there, and it's gonna deposit it all the way over here. Hopefully I have everything set up correctly, and I really need to come up with a train buffer design, but for right now, I think we're gonna get one of those little andesite mans. Hopefully everything on this schedule is correct. We're gonna put you in there. You are going to live there forever, our little andesite mans. And I have this train schedule set up, and I don't know if this is correct. So he's gonna go to the lava pickup, and he's gonna wait until the cargo is inactive for 5 seconds. I'm guessing what that means is after this thing fills up all the way, it's just gonna sit there for 5 seconds and then come over here. And then I have the same thing over here. Once the cargo's inactive for 5 seconds, it'll go back as merry way, which says to me that, like, nothing's happening with the cargo. Let's see what happens. So he's gonna go off and do his fancy thing pretty fast. And, oh, I didn't set this up. Hopefully that should now be shutting up some stuff. That might have been 5 seconds. All right, I'm gonna have to slow him down a little bit, but we are filling up with lava, and it's definitely been 5 seconds, and he hasn't gone anywhere. So it looks like I set this up correctly. So I'm going to wait until this fills, and we'll go see what he does on the other end. He's full, and off he goes after 5 seconds. Speed demon. Gotta slow him down. Wow, this drains so much faster than it actually fills up on the other side. That's crazy. Tanks are empty. It's been 5 seconds, and off he goes. Awesome. I did the thing again. Yay. Now he's scraping his head on this, which is going to be bringing our andesite all the way over here. I just have to hook up the power for that, and that should come on over this way and drop onto this belt here. Now I'm going to hook up all the power for all of these beautiful, wonderful machines, and we will finally get our tuff. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of different connections there. That was that's way harder than it should have been, but everything is in and connected correctly. I just got to make some of these lines look pretty nice, like this cobblestone line here, but I think everything is working out pretty well. The andesite is going to be a bit of an issue because we only have one heading down this way, which means it's only splitting off a little bit. So we're going to get bottlenecked a bit by the andesite. And I'm trying to think, is there a way that I can fix that? What I wish I could do is I wish I could send 16 out over here and then send one this way and the rest over this way. I wish that the tunnel would allow me to split amounts. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know how to make it do that. If I can, let me know in the comments. But anyways, for right now, we're just, I guess, gonna be bottlenecked by andesite, which, hey, it's not a big deal. I think we have a ton. Yeah, we got 300 and almost 400 tuff. Look at that. We're good. We had another issue with andesite, actually, which I had to just go fix over here real quick. You can probably hear these things just smashing away now. This thing was not fast enough, and what I had was, I think it was just 2 arms. This one was pulling one piece of flint and putting it into all 3, and this one was pulling andesite out of these 2 and putting it in a funnel that was on this belt. And then I was like, wait a second, why not just use a belt so it just spews all the andesite out on belts here, and then now we have 3 arms, which is picking up 6? Oh, I gotcha. It's picking up as much flint as it can and just throwing it in here, and now these mechanical presses are just going a mile a minute. So we are finally increasing andesite production here. I might try and send out like 5 at a time. I don't think it's gonna matter on this side over here, but it might actually make it so we don't get a backup on here, but we're almost at 3,000 tuff at this point, so we should be okay. But what I'm going to focus on now is actually getting this tuff crushed, and I think we're just going to do it in this bay over here, even though we have a ton of room over on this side. This side, I think, we're going to make into a kelp farm. Now here's something interesting with the tuff, is it's actually going to give us gold, copper, zinc, and iron. So I think what we're going to do is have 2 sets of crushing wheels that are going to be crushing the tuff, and then we're just going to have machines that are going to be compacting these into ingots, because I don't think I need nuggets of these for anything. And flint. We always get so much flint. We're just going to throw the flint in lava again, because screw flint. Now I have a couple of options here. I can do this. So I can have like the gold, the copper, zinc, and iron in vaults like that. Or I could probably do it like that. So that way we have the center area available for the display boards. I mean, another idea that we could do is just reroute the iron all the way back up here somewhere. Where's iron? Is it up here? Yeah, we could reroute it just all the way back over here, which might not be a bad idea. Because, I mean, we got all this space back here. I mean, might as well. Yeah, let me figure out what exactly we're going to do here, and I'll get back with you guys once I have something working. Oh, we're getting overly complicated for no reason, folks. So we're going to have a chute that's going to just pull all the tuff from in here. It's going to come down, and it's going to force round robin. One's going to go this way onto crushing wheels. One's going to go this way onto crushing wheels, and they're all going to go into these vaults. Everything that comes out. I don't have enough outputs for these vaults. Oh, no. We do. We do have enough outputs. We can have one go that way and one go that way. And what this will do, ready? Bam. We're gonna put another tunnel here. And then this will have flint. It's gonna work. Everything's gonna work. Have faith. Flint drops into lava. Flint drops into lava. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. Anyways, we'll work on that in just a second. It gets this way, crushed, and flint will come out that side. Everything else, hopefully, will just go in there. Let me just test that to make sure that it does actually go in there. It does not. So we're gonna need to move this forward one. I am having the worst time spaghettiing all of these belts where they need to go. So we're gonna have these two do one ore, and I'm not really sure which one. Will probably, I don't know, copper. Sure, copper's gonna go up here. Great. So these two are gonna be copper. That's totally fine. Now to get the rest of them where they need to go without touching the rest of these existing cogs and everything is just so it's hurting my brain so much. My original thought was I'd have this guy just because I need this belt here to extend past to here, right? This needs to go at least to there because I've got these chain drives in the way. So this needs to go here. Great. That's totally fine, which means this thing's gonna poop out stuff right there. What I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to do is grab a mechanical arm. Yeah, I think I have to grab a mechanical arm. So what I can do here probably is just do that and have this one pour out over here. And then that is going to be an issue because now this one's going to pour out in here. And I need to figure out how to make that not have it. I'm so confused. I don't know if y'all know this, but you can dye belts. All right, so now I've got these all color-coded, which is going to help me a lot. So I've got all the copper. Copper is going to come out here and also go this way, right? Copper is done. We've got gold. Gold is going to come out here. It's going to go over here, and it's going to get on the cyan line just a little bit, the zinc line just a little bit, and then we're going to split them. So some of it is going to go over this way and go onto this belt, and we got to figure out how to make this work, but we'll worry about that in just a second. And some of it is going to go this way. How are we going to do that? Can I extend this out maybe? Because we want gold to come out on this line as well. I think I got it. I think I finally got it. So we are going to have, this is here just to grab from there. Oh my gosh. Let's change all this to gold. This is all going to be the gold line. Okay. Gold's going to come out here. It's going to hit this belt and go off that way, right? And then the other gold is going to come out this way. Yes, it's going to come out this way. It's going to go over here on the zinc belt just for a second, and then it's going to get split here, go on there, go on here, go over here, and then go up that way. Oh my gosh. I think I finally freaking got it, people. Jeepers. I think the only thing that we have to fix now is this line here. Now, I could have fixed all of this with mechanical arms, but that's okay. I'm being stubborn. I'm not really too worried about it, to be perfectly honest. Dudes, this is without a doubt the hardest thing that I've wired up ever. This is way too much spaghetti. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad for storage drawers. This is insane. Anyways, now that, like, everything's been... Gosh, we've got almost 8,000 tuff, so let's... I'm so scared. Let's try it and see what happens. Whatever. What's the worst that happens? Everything breaks and explodes. So I just saw some flint go. And we've got zinc in here. We've got, oh, I never fixed the iron issue. That's okay. Iron should come in relatively slowly. Oh, okay. I see what's going on now. All right. So I forgot to set the smart chute. I'm gonna have to, here, let me break this because everything's just dumping on the ground right now. Let's break that, and I'll go ahead and fix the smart chute issue because I forgot to set the filter. Okay, the smart chute filter should be set up correctly now to only let out iron nuggets. I don't know why it wouldn't just default to doing that, but let's connect this back up and see what happens here. We should be getting things where we should be getting things. We've got things getting crushed. We've got zinc and copper coming in. Here we go. And then I just want to make sure that this back end works as well. So I'm just going to watch this for a little while. Oh, I see a problem already. There goes some gold. Gold went in where it was supposed to go. But I see an issue here, and this might have been because I broke some stuff. So let me just put those in. Actually, I can just throw them on this belt. All right, zinc is going off that way, and I don't know what else just happened there. So we got some copper, we got a gold ingot, and we got some zinc. All right, world's slowest farm. So the only other thing that I think we have to do here is I want to get this gold that's in that vault over here. And I'm probably just going to process it into ingots over there and then just bring it up on this line here. And then I want to get all the iron that this is going to make, bring it probably under the ground and throw it into, where's the iron line? Iron line is over here. So probably bring it up about here-ish or over here-ish and just have another mechanical arm that grabs from that line and throws it onto this line here. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all set. And the spaghetti continues. So we have from this over here, I think this is our soul sand. Yep, our quartz farm. I actually went through all the gold already, so we have about double the amount of ingots that we do for the rest of them here. So we got 92 gold and 47 copper and 42 zinc. Super awesome. And then under the ground here, I'm actually going to go into free cam. You can see that, whoops, you can see that we have our smart chutes just spitting ingots down onto these belts here, and they come out and they go flying off down that way where they are processed in this basin here. They come flying down over here, and this mechanical arm picks them up and puts them in that funnel right there, and they go into our ingot farm. And the only other thing that we need to do now is just make everything look pretty. Oh my gosh. All right, so that copper, zinc, and gold farm for you guys was just like a couple of minutes. For me, it was a while. I might be really close to the 8-hour thing. Here's the problem. I forgot to start a timer. But I'm not done yet. I want to keep going. I want to keep going. I want to keep doing the thing. This is all we've done so far. I'm having really fun. I want to finish what I started here. This is going to be great. So here's what we're going to do right here in both of these two bays. We are going to start a kelp farm. We're going to do a kelp farm up until about here-ish maybe, and then from here we're just going to put it in something that is going to cook it and store it right over here, because we don't need regular kelp, we need dried kelp, and we can use that for belts and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to put a big old kelp farm in the floor. Actually, I might plant it on the floor and then just have like a tank that goes around, using those copycat panels and some glass that we're using over here. I think that's what we'll do. Wow, compared to that, this was unbelievably simple. So we have this minecart track that's going over here, and I actually have a contraption just sitting right there. I didn't want to go back and forth yet. And then just a field of kelp. So the contraption's going to go back and forth. It's got saws and a barrel and a portable storage interface. And then I'm just stealing power from over there. The portable storage interface is going to dump the kelp here. It's going to get cooked on the campfires and then go up in there. It's probably the simplest contraption that we've built yet. I think if I just put this down, we should see it go across. And uh-oh. I ruined it. Lock rotation. Always lock rotation, everybody. Always, 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 always. Anyways, if I grab a torch, I think this should now turn it back into a contraption. It might have already been a contraption. Anyways, let's take that away, and put the casing back. For some reason, casing is missing from... Oh, man, it has been... My machine is slowly dying, I think. And take two. And it should come back. Nope. Okay. I don't know what happened there. What in the heck just happened? Okay. I think I fixed it. I think. If not, we're gonna get another really weird... Okay, we're good now. So now that should stop in there. And then these guys should get all... Oh, I forgot to put the thing back. Whew. All right, and off it goes. Okay, great. So this here, I have a detector rail. Let's actually go underground just a little bit. And you can see under here, I have a little pulse extender. Now, this pulse extender is set to 30 seconds. So every time this thing goes over the detector rail, it's going to wait 30 seconds to turn this powered rail back on again. But we should now have... Yeah, we got dried kelp, a bunch of it already. Sweet. Okay, we went ahead and we added 3 sections here, and I'm actually going to backtrack to the soul sand section because I'm going to take a lot of this soul sand and I am going to bake it, and then I'm going to crush it, and that should give us some zinc. And I don't know if this is a create thing. I don't know if you can just bake soul sand and regular create. It looks like it is. Yeah, look at that. Create. So we're going to get scoria from that, and then crushing scoria is going to give us zinc. We're just going to get more zinc because we need more zinc, you know what I'm saying? And we'll essentially just turn that, we'll probably put it on a belt up in the air, and then send the belt over here and then onto this thing to get stored in this huge vault here. Always need more zinc, always, always, always. This should be it. So once I hook this chute up here, we'll have soul sand coming down, and it'll get blasted into scoria. I've got a scoria filter in here. We're going to put our crushing wheels there, and once we get the zinc, because that's the only thing we get from scoria, is, you know, it'll just come along here, drop down on these chutes, and go over there. And here we go. We should get soul sand. It should stop, and then once it gets blasted, it'll go through and get crushed. Wow, scoria takes a while to crush. Holy moly. I wonder if it's like a hard... Oh no. Hang on. Nope, not what I want. Not what I want. We need to add a basin. There we go. All right, now everything should be good. I was just sending zinc bits, zinc nuggets over here. So we got a couple zinc nuggets, and that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. But man, is this thing slow to crush these things. But that's okay. You're getting enough zinc, I think. You know what's coming next, folks. We got copper. We got zinc. It's time to make brass. Now, our copper's going to have to come from over here, I think, because trying to get out from one of these sides is just going to be almost impossible. So we're going to have the zinc come out from the bottom with some chutes. We'll have the copper come in from the top. And I think what we're going to do is just send them down along this way. And we'll have, I don't know, 3 mixers that'll spit out over here and then just right into there. Should be pretty simple. And then as far as the lava, I think what we're going to do is just snake this pipe right about there underneath as much as we can. We have to remember that there is iron underneath here. So we might be able to go from under here or something. Oh, we actually might be able to just bring it up and come over this way. Yeah, that might work too. So let me do a little bit of spaghetti stuff, and we'll come back to you guys in just a minute. And that's it. That's a brass farm. So we've got the orange line, which is our copper. We've got the cyan line, which is our zinc. The arms are set to pick up off of those belts and place in here. And these just need the lava connected, which let's hope this makes it all the way over there. It might not. Oh, we are so close. We're so close. That's okay. I think I can just put another pump in literally right here. So let me go over here and break that real quick. And hopefully this should be enough to pull it the rest of the way. If not, we might be able to... We might need to stick it like one back. We'll figure it out. Anyways, let me get all of this wired up and we should be set. Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh no. These need to be heated blaze burners. Uh-oh. That's an easy fix. Let's shut the lava off. And we'll... Ooh, that sucks. We'll swap some of this out and... Whoopsies. Well, it's certainly not as neat as it was. That's for sure. but now it should actually work properly. So we've got the same system that we're using over in the steam engine, where it's just going to recycle buckets, but now we have twice as many arms. So some are going to grab from here and put in the basin, and some are going to grab from there and heat the blaze burners. So I'm going to go ahead and get some buckets in these barrels and then get the lava hooked up, and then I will hook up the rest of the stuff. Now that we've got brass and that number is climbing way too fast, I think the only mineral that we're not really farming is redstone, and redstone is so difficult to farm. You need to spout healing potions onto cobblestone to get netherrack, and then there's just so much other things that need to go in there. You need nether wart and all that sort of stuff. So I guess what we got to do is we got to start on a melon farm. Since this seems to be the crop area, we'll plant some melons over here, I guess. Well, here's a really basic melon farm, and I kind of did an oopsie. I kind of put it this way too far. It should be over this way a little bit. Really what I mean by that is, here's the drop-off point. Yeah, it doesn't line up. Whoopsies. Anyway, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have the melons go off in this direction, and they'll come over here, and they're going to meet up with the gold. We're going to bring the gold up over this way and probably bring it up, right? And then drop it down over here, and we'll do all of the processing for the glistering melon over here-ish somewhere, and then snake it up this way, you know. And instead of going up like this, we're going to have it go from here up, right? So I just got to put in the same harvesting system that I have over here, and we then just need to figure out the gold stuff. So I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Okay, I think this is gonna work. Oh my gosh, this is such a mess. It's an absolute mess. Okay, I'm gonna try and walk through what's going on. So we're gonna have gold that's coming out here. It's gonna come up this line over here, and hopefully funnel into the back of this mechanical crafter. Now that is going to change that into gold nuggets, and then we're going to have exactly nuggets come out onto this, 8 nuggets, excuse me, come out onto this depot, and then this mechanical arm is going to pick up the kelp, or melon, excuse me, the melon slice, and I need to change this to exactly 1 somehow. You know what, I'll fix that later. So anyways, so this is going to pick up a melon slice from here and put it in that slot, and then it's going to pick up the gold from here and put it down here, which should fill up all of that, and then this is going to just craft directly into the item vault. I hope all of this is going to work correctly. There's really only one way to find out. Let's get this wired up. Go ahead and get our melons up here, and this thing is putting them in the right spot. Perfect. Let's go check and make sure on the other side. Yes, and then we'll go ahead and swing this around, and that should let 1 gold ingot out. It should come over here, and it should automatically get turned into, and it does, but it can't just put directly on there, I guess. So, I guess we'll help it out. Okay, try again. Glistering melon, heck yeah. All right, there we go. So everything should now be working correctly as far as the glistering melon is concerned. You know, I was gonna move on to like a bigger gold farm, but at the same time, I don't think we're gonna need gold for pretty much anything else. I don't think so. Why don't we just make a nether wart farm right here real quick, because we're gonna need that for awkward potions. Well, besides fixing the hanging belts, that's yeah, that's it. That's the whole nether wart farm. That was pretty easy. Yeah, I got it on the same system as all the rest of the farms here, and it should just roll across, and I'm hoping that it grabs this edge here as well. It might not, but I'm gonna make this look a little bit prettier, and then we can move on to making potions, which I think we'll just grab out of here and make all of our potions over here. So for awkward potions, we're gonna need to take this nether wart over here, and we're going to have to, I think, put it on, yes, a heated blaze burner with some water and some nether wart, which means we need water, and I'm running out of room. I cannot put another train in. We've got this cobblestone in the way here, so I can't use a monorail either. I don't think anyways. I mean, maybe. I've never used one before is the problem, so I don't really have any idea what I'm doing. It might be better actually to put it on this side, so that way it doesn't interfere with the cobblestone line. Let me screw around with this a little bit. I might be able to fit one in here. Just get a monorail running all the way over here to drop off water. Where would it be? Over here. That That's the silliest thing in the world. Let's see if I can get this to work. This might be one of the worst looking things that I've ever made in my entire Minecraft career. This is so terrible. Oh, gosh, but it's worth it. It's worth it for the content. It's worth it for the content. Oh man, it's so bad. I think we're just gonna add more fluid containers onto this thing. This is so bad. So we have another issue beyond it looking just horrendous. The issue is the way I built it, it's just gonna run into everything. So we actually need to move it over here. So we're gonna have it go down this side of the track. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be absolutely fine. It's gonna work just fine. Exactly the way we want it to, which means I gotta get rid of that. Well, hopefully I can just move it over there. I gotta glue the whole thing together too. Anyways, let me get moving this. Is this too far away? Yes. Well, I accidentally broke something. I don't know what I did, man. I broke let's see, this. I broke this gearbox right here. Whole system immediately overstressed. And then I put a creative motor on here to kickstart the water, and that screwed up the whole system. Everything started going backwards. I have things all over the place. You can see I got so much crap in my inventory right now. Every single one of these systems is just losing their minds right now. So I've been going through and trying to figure out exactly where everything is and I've got clay balls in here, and like, oh my gosh, I've gotten almost all the systems up and running at this point. I'm just finding, like, stragglers every now and then. Like, this one's got zinc in it for some reason. I can't make gold out of zinc. Finally, up on quartz again. I completely ran out. We were at 0. We're at 0 tuff because I ran out of quartz. We're at 0 copper. Oh my gosh. I ruined the entire farm. And for some reason, I'm getting 0 nether wart as well. Wait, do the harvesters not harvest nether wart? Oh, it's in here. I need to go to bed. Oh my gosh. Well, for some reason, every time I give him this, it tells me there's no suitable path to the next scheduled destination. And I don't understand why. Okay, I had him skip that step. He was already there, so maybe that was the issue? All right, so now he's going off, and he should stop here and connect. Perfect. There's no pumps, so he'll sit here for 5 seconds. And now he's gonna go back and connect, and hopefully after 5 seconds, he should be on his way. Okay, golly, I was like, dude, did I just waste all of that time for no reason? Oh my gosh. Okay, great. All right, let's get some water tanks in here, and we'll start making our potions. Man, I don't know what happened in this place, but the steam engine's working great. I hover my little wrench over here, and this guy is depositing in all those nerds. It is picking up from that basin right there, and it is depositing in that funnel up top. You can just barely see it, right? So doing exactly what it needs to do. This is super great. For some reason, though, the brass arms doing the same thing. The mechanical arms doing the same exact thing. So let me just break this one here, right? Let's go down over here. So we're gonna pick up from there, deposit in there, and deposit in there. Boom. So, oh, now it's not gonna do it while I'm recording, huh? Is that it? You're just not gonna do it now while I'm recording, huh? All right. You're just gonna be the biggest of butts. I get it. All right. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. Boom. Oh, you absolute jerks. You absolute jerks. All right. Let's see if this guy does it. All right. Pick up there, deposit there. Oh, nope, hang on. And pick up from here, deposit up there. Bam. Let's see if this guy does it. He does! Why? Why are you doing this? Oh, you know what I bet it is? I think the other ones have 2 buckets in them. Oh, that's what it is. The other system has 2 buckets in it. Okay, alright, I'm pretty sure that's what it is anyways. Yeah, there's 2 buckets. Yep. Alright, good. I'm glad I figured that out. Oh my gosh, dudes. I am losing my freaking mind over this build. Well, now that we actually have water over here, and I've fixed everything that I've freaking broken, oh my gosh, let's get into the awkward potions here, shall we? Oh my goodness. This is probably the most convoluted thing I've done besides this farm over here, where we're making all of the different ingots. Wow, this is insane. Doing liquids is really hard. Anyways, let me just walk you through this a little bit. Let me pull out some nether wart stuff here. We're going to set that to exactly 1. So the nether wart's going to come down, it's going to fall down into the chute, and it's going to round robin into here and here. Now, I have some lava being pumped over from our extra lava tank over there. It's going across here and filling up here. And that's going to go under here, and we have another one of those mechanical arm little recycling bucket thingies, and that's going to heat the blaze burners. And then we have this water tank, which is being filled by our monorail, and that is going to be pumping directly into here. Now, ooh, I forgot. These will need smart pipes. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. All right, so I'm gonna have to swap these out for smart pipes. I think if I put these here, it will always make awkward potion and it won't pull anything else out. I think. I don't know. I've heard a lot of issues with smart pipes before from people in the past, Foxy No Tail, etc. Anyways, so it's the smart pipes are gonna pull out from here and here and fill this tank with awkward potion. Now that awkward potion is actually being taken out from the bottom here underneath, and it's going up between these two blaze burners, and it's going to be put into these basins. Now those are going to be fed with 2 things. One of them is going to be glistering melon, which is going to get shoved into here. We are going to heat the blaze burner just like we are the one behind it, and that is going to make potions of healing, and that'll fill up this tank. Now, over here, we have a creative crate. Now, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not building the blaze farm in this area. All right, it's just not going to happen. Sorry, everybody. So you're going to have to deal with me making a creative crate, just so we can get potions of strength. And the reason we need those 2 is for redstone. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this whole thing wired up with power, and we'll see what happens. I have no idea what's gonna go on here. Hopefully everything just works. Oh, it's been one heck of a night. Let's see if we can get this running. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's all running. That's awesome. We've got our healing potion. We got our strength potion. We've got almost a full thing of awkward potion. This is pretty awesome. I gotta be honest. This is my first time doing potion making using Create. It was very fun to figure out. It was not the easiest, and man, is this place not pretty. But that's okay. That means we are literally just 1 step away. 2 steps? Maybe 3 steps, 4, away from getting some redstone. I think we still have that cobblestone line. Yeah, we're just gonna bring that all the way down here. We'll have to pick it up over this here pipe, and we gotta get this cobble over here. We gotta squirt some, what is this? A potion of healing on top of it to make netherrack, and then we've got to grind that down into nether dust or whatever it's called, and then we potion of strength on it, and that should give us redstone. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain that's how we do that. I'm not entirely not entirely sure what I'm doing here, folks. I gotta be honest. And that's the redstone farm. That's it. So we got a potion of healing that's gonna squirt onto this here. Where is it? Cobblestone. I think I can actually get this hooked up, and we'll see it in action. So that should allow netherrack through, and I'm waiting until we get exactly 16 netherrack. And then after we get 16, it should crush it. And I forgot to actually hook this up, so give me just a second. And that's gonna let redstone through. Awesome. So I should just be able to do this. And then we get our encased chain drive, and we are automating redstone dust. And I forgot to put casing on here. Whoops. Well, folks, I gotta be honest with you. That's really all I wanted to farm with this building here. I had a little list that I wanted to try and get through, and we got through all of it. I think I probably worked on this for more than 8 hours. However, look at all the things that we're doing. We've got some redstone and brass. We've got all the way through andesite, brass, and zinc, and copper, all that sort of stuff. We got all these beautiful plant farms going on here, as well as haunting machines and a huge cobblestone farm. This is so much stuff, and we have used less than 20% of our stress units. Almost 500,000 stress units, and we're using less than 20% of that. Isn't that absolutely insane? Now, what can you do with this farm, or this factory, excuse me, all the way down at the end here? What my plan was is I wanted to go ahead and start using all of this stuff to make create machines, right? I was going to bring it all down here and make create machines. I don't know if I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because I've got to get all of these resources from these vaults all the way over here, and there's so much crap in the way in order to just make this stuff. Now don't worry, I am absolutely going to make at least one thing. I'll probably end up making a couple things, but it just goes to show that create really is... What are you looking at, bud? Stop looking at my butt. That's weird. Create really is a fantastic mod, and it has absolutely so much available to it. There are so many things that you can automate here. I mean, essentially we're playing in creative mode right now. We are in creative mode. Don't forget I said that. But you can get to a point in Create Mod where you're just playing in creative. You have access to literally anything in a moment's notice. It's awesome. I like it. I think it's a good thing. Like, if we waited long enough and this whole brass thing filled up, all of this would start filling up. And that's pretty incredible. You play, somebody told me recently, you play Minecraft to get to a point where you're no longer playing Minecraft. So what I'm trying to say here is Create is an absolutely fantastic mod. And honestly, the drawer mod really just opens up so much stuff. Like, all of this spaghetti looks super cool, and I really like it a lot. And it is hurting my computer. Like, it's not super duper framey, but we are getting hitches. You can probably see them. But if I didn't have, gosh, 75% of these belts probably would be gone. All of these vaults, I mean, I would probably keep the vaults just to hang on to mass stuff. But what I would eventually be able to do, essentially what I would want to do here at the end, is just snake a drawer system all the way over here, and we would have all of the things in order to create all of our create stuff right here, right? And we would just be able to take out of the drawers what we need and put them into mechanical crafters, etc. over here. Now, I'm playing in Beardstone's Perfect World Modpack, so I have access to all the drawer stuff, and I'm not going to use it because I said I was not going to, so we're not. So what am I going to make here? First, I think we're going to start out with some Andesite Casing, because it's one of the things that I just am constantly making more and more and more of in my Create world. So we got to get some of this Andesite Alloy and some of this stripped oak all the way over here. And put them, I think they just go onto deployers on belts, and they just pokey, and we'll get some andesite casing. I definitely want to do something with this redstone because we just made all of it, so I want to throw some redstone over here and make some redstone stuff. And then we'll probably use this brass maybe for some brass casing as well. Casing's easy, and you know, I gotta be honest with you, I'm exhausted. Making these machines was a lot. It was fun. It was a great logic problem, but I'm so tired. And then I think I want to take some copper and make something out of that as well. So we might do, I don't know, funnel, spouts? Let's do spouts. I think we'll do spouts. Well, because there's certainly not enough spaghetti around here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take some quartz from this vault. We're going to spaghetti it all the way up here, and spaghetti it then down this way, and we're also going to grab some redstone, and I'm sure most of you know where this is going by now. We're going to bring it over here, and we're going to make some polished rose quartz, which means we're going to somehow need iron, because I want to make some electron tubes, and I don't even think we're sending iron anywhere besides here. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll have our first floor belt, and we could just take from here and run this along the floor. Ooh, I actually might even be able to dig it into the floor so we can just walk on top of it, right? But yeah, we should be able to get some iron over here that way, and we'll have to press them into iron sheets, and then we can make electron tubes. We can make some electron tubes, and I think what I want to do with that is grab some brass, which is here. It's right here, yep. We can't even see how much. We have almost 1,000. So we should be able to grab some brass from here, run it along this way, and then some dried kelp, which is here, and run that along this way. And we should be able to make ourselves some brass tunnels. Like I said, I want to be able to use this redstone. I want to use the brass for sure. I want to use some quartz. And then the dried kelp for sure. And I think we're still going to do the plan of making andesite casings too. Those we might actually send out the back and then send over this way. I know this is kind of in the way, but we should be able to run some belts along the top here and send them off that way, because our andesite alloy is right here. So if we just take from the side, probably send her off down that way, and then again for the stripped and send it off that way. we should be able to make those as well. And this should be our rose quartz making machine done. So we've got these 2 chutes. We're going to have the redstone just fall into this vault here, and we'll have 1 piece come out at a time. And this arm should just be able to pick it up and put it into this here basin. This mixer is going to take all of the quartz that comes in. Oh, I've got these backwards. Ooh, that was a good catch, because we need 8 redstone and 1 quartz. So I'm just going to swap this entire setup. So that way we get the redstone in over here, and the quartz comes out on a depot right there. Give me 1 second. Hey, don't tell anybody, but I'm cheating again. I don't have time to make a paper farm. I know how they work. Sugarcane, and then mechanical crafter, put them in a line, you get paper. But I don't have time for that. I'm so sorry. I gotta get this video onto you guys, and I've done so much already. I'm gonna put sandpaper up here. I'm so sorry, everyone. And getting sand down here would be a nightmare. So sorry. I don't have the time to get it, and I want to do this, and I want to get this video onto you guys. Please forgive me. But anyways, this thing's going to make our rose quartz, and this is going to polish it into polished rose quartz. It's going to go into this vault right here. And then next, what we need to do is grab some of that, and also some iron ingots, which we are going to grab from all the way down there, and we are going to put them into some mechanical crafters in order to make electron tubes. To get iron over there, I am just going to take from this line. I think we talked about this already. I'm going to take from this line right here. Hopefully this is going to work out for us. It certainly will. And we are just running a line through the floor here. Don't worry about it, everybody. It's going to look pretty in just a minute. But we are going to run this line all the way through the floor here, and let's see, we get to about there and stop. So I just got to put this chain drive in all the way to here. And this is where things get interesting, trying to hook up. Perfect, that worked a charm, and now we should just be able to... Oh, hang on before we do that. Put that there. And I want to go ahead and grab ourselves a mechanical press. And our press is going to go ahead and press the ingots into iron sheets. And we're going to take from there, we're going to deposit in there, we're going to go up there. And that should be everything for the electron tubes done, except for wiring up the power, I think. So if my calculations are correct, I should just be able to put these 2 here, this encased chain drive here, and the whole system should take off. It absolutely is. This is all right, incredible. I just had to give it a once over, and it looks like everything is working exactly as planned. Beautiful. All right, while it's doing its thing, I'm just gonna tidy up a little bit. So I think next on our list is getting some of this dried kelp over here, and I'm pretty sure it can ride right underneath these belts here, but we'll find out soon enough, I guess. And we're going to bring them over this way, and then next we're going to need, where is it, brass? We're going to need some brass, so we're going to go ahead and grab some of that and just ride, again, right underneath these belts that are going across. We're going to set this to needing, 2 pieces of kelp, 2 pieces of brass, and essentially that's it. And then 1 electron tube, which we have the electron tubes here, so in case we ever need to like get some from our factory, we can just walk right over here and grab one. And we can also have the machines. I'll probably just have another output right here for electron tubes, just so the machine can use them to make what we're going to make next, which means I need to put this in an easy-to-access location. And this should be our last piece of encased chain drive to get that farm working, and it skirts right underneath. Perfect. And we head off in this direction, and we should see this arm pick up, place in, bam. Brass tunnels. Look at that. We've got electron tubes, which are very easily accessible over here. You just, duck so you don't get hit in the head. And then we've got our brass tunnels, which are being created over here. Absolutely fantastic. And the last thing that we're going to create in this little create factory is andesite casing. Because once again, I'm constantly making andesite casing in my own create world. I never have enough of it. And before we do, once again, we got to make everything look nice. And this might have been the easiest contraption yet. So we're just going to take the stripped oak logs from here. We're going to take the andesite alloy from here. Stripped oak logs are going to go down this chute and land on this belt. Andesite alloy is going to go down this chute and land inside of this deployer. And then that's just going to make andesite casing, and we're going to have a stack of it come out right here if we need to use it. That's it. That's legitimately the whole farm. I am actually going to back this up 1 and then change this chute to go here. So that way we don't get any of the logs coming onto the andesite, or the andesite alloy belt, and we'll just have it stop there. So that should fix that problem, hopefully. Yeah, all I have to do now is just wire up these belts, and I think we're done. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to place the last 2 bits in our factory together. Those 2 pieces of chain drive. I was totally kidding. We actually need to put this over here as well. And it is going the right way. And we've finally reached the andesite age, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll have exactly 64 andesite casing come out when it is ready. We're done. We did it. The whole factory is complete. What an absolute amazing journey. This has been so much fun. Thank you for doing this with me, folks. It's been an absolute blast. I might do another one of these again. This was great. And a huge, absolutely massive thank you to Mr. Beardstone for doing this as well and allowing me to take his idea and run with it. Thanks, man. I appreciate you so much. We've got so much going on. We're farming so many different things. We've actually made our first monorail as well, which is super cool. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know that I am going to be putting this world as a world download to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon members at any level whatsoever. I might even get some Discord stuff going on. Anyways, I do have a Discord if you want to come hang out as well. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know this world is available to download to YouTube and Patreon members. So you can sign up at any tier whatsoever and get access to this world download. And I'll probably also make a schematic of the entire thing as well. I got to figure out if I can do that, though, if I'm smart enough to figure that out. Don't hold me to that. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for being here. This was an absolute blast, and I suggest everyone give this a try at some point if you have a machine that can handle it. If you don't, check out Beardstone's video. Go check out those machines because they look pretty incredible. I might need one after this. I'm getting about 40 frames in here every now and then. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye!